how are you? So for the sake of this video, I'm showing you what it looks like when you do all your eye makeup, your brows, and no foundation. It is completely a different look. It kind of actually reminds me of when I was like a kid, 14, and I used to just do like all my eyes and no other makeup. And yeah, it just doesn't look right. Okay, so this is my real skin. I have lots of melasma and discolorization going around on here, and maybe one day I'll actually do something for real about it so I won't have to wear as much foundation. But for today, this is a foundation video. So the foundation I'm going to be using today is my Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. Now you can use anything that you want. I just happen to like this, but I changed my foundations up quite a bit. This is again a Natural Beige, so you guys can test out your color and see what, this is looking a little light for me today. It is summertime, so I've been getting out there. I am going to be using a coconut spray. You can use a setting spray. You can even use water if you want. And I'm going to be using an oil. Now, I talk a lot about when you get older, skin over 40, you really want to bring that dew back into the skin because it gets really dry. And especially if you're going into menopause or starting the stages of it, your skin starts really drying out. And we're losing that glow that we used to get when we were young and youthful. So I'm going to add a little bit of this into it. I'm also going to be using a beauty blender, a beauty sponge. This is actually not the original beauty blender. I like this one better. It's got this big fat bottom here that I can put the product, push it into my skin here, and it's got another side here. These are by the Real Techniques girls, Nick and Samantha. They're makeup artists for Samantha. They're from England. They're my favorite, and you can purchase this online anywhere, Real Techniques, and you can get them at Walgreens. And yeah, take a look at that bad boy. I just love him. He has been through a lot, and you can't really wash them. This comes as a sponge, then you put it under water, you squeeze it, and when you let it go, it kind of bloats up to this big soft sponge. A lot of people don't like beauty blenders or sponges because they say they use a lot of the product, but you know, it's up to you. I sometimes use my fingers and sometimes I use a brush depending on the look that I'm going to do. Today I'm doing a light to medium coverage. I really just want to get rid of that melasma. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I already did some basic moisturizer with SPF 15. You guys use whatever you want. I ain't judging. Just use what you got in your drawer. Just make sure it has SPF in it. Okay, so I am going to take a little bit of this almond oil. Now there's a lot of oils that are all over Instagram, fancy ones that you can get, but I just get plain old almond oil, sweet almond oil, 100% pure moisturizing oil, and it's by Now Solutions. And I think this is about $8. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that on my hand, rub it in. Are you guys freaking out yet? You're like, don't put oil on your face. But I'm gonna put oil on my face, and I'm gonna bring it down my neck, my forehead, under those dry eyes. Oh, how dry those eyes are. And I like to massage it in the back of my neck too. Bring it down. Okay, now I'm going to take my foundation, and I like to just dab a little. I use like my hand as a palette, mixer kind of. I put a little dab down there. Now this is the other key that I do all the time. I'm actually going to spray my face right now. Now we've got double moisture going on, right? Double moisture. Now we're going to take the beauty blender, the beauty sponge, hit it into the product, and start patting it in. Now I can tell already this is hecka light for me because I did get some sun apparently. But that's okay. I'm not mad. I'm going to put more product on. And I'm going to start patting it in again. Now what adding the moisture in prior to the foundation is just going to give us a more dewy appearance and give us a little bit more glow. I got to fix that. My liner went up over here, so please excuse that eye. love this flat side because it just pushes right in. Now I tend to really only want to focus around where all my melasma is. And I got some acne here. I'll probably do some spotting with some concealer afterwards so you guys can see that. There's lots of areas there that need a little extra coverage, and I will actually just go in there and pat that. What is that? But we got to cover it up. And here, here. I've been getting a lot of spots lately because my period is totally out of whack rather. And okay, so that is pretty much how I want to leave my foundation. Now, as you see, it's going to have a really glowy finish, and that is exactly what I want. And it's not a full coverage, it's not heavy coverage. You can still see my freckles through it, you can still see my skin through it, and that is what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and spray one more time. Woo. Wait for that to get back in focus. Woo. And that is my everyday foundation routine. Now, I might change it up with a different foundation, but I usually always use the Beauty Blender because I just love this as a tool because it doesn't put too much product on your face, so I really like that. And this is my new all-time fave, just to keep the moisture in, the moisture in, the moisture in. And I think I use this a lot in my Hungover to Healthy Skin video. I'll put a link to that up here. But obviously now you can see that at least I have my base done and it's not too crazy thick, but I can't live without concealer because this whole look is just useless without concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Maybelline Age Rewind. It's almost gone. The shade is in Neutralizer. It is my favorite. I use Neutralizer because it's got a yellow base, and because my skin is olive skin, that works best for me. So this kind of rolls. And I'm going to go right under here. And I'm going to really apply this liberally, ladies. Yep. I haven't done any contouring, and I'm going to do that all later off camera. And then I'm going to show you all what it looks like. Now, I like to let this dry a little bit. Just let it set in. And I think this is definitely different than what other makeup, or I'm definitely not a makeup artist, but other people who do makeup, they don't let their concealer sit. I like to let it sit just a little bit, and then I'm taking another tiny little beauty blender. I don't know who this is by, but I'm going to pat that product in. Now, I am going to go ahead and do a lot more makeup after this, you guys. So I won't bore you with all the details unless you want to see some beginning level contour. Put a comment below. Or if you want to see anything else, blush. I did a beginning level highlight video. I'll put a link to it up here. And I did a beginning level bronzer. So that is all going to be happening. I haven't really done any lipstick ones yet, but here's foundation. And like I said, I change it up. This is just what I'm doing now. Oh, I really need to clean up my eyes. Man, they need some cleaning up. Well, when you see the end product, it will be fixed. Okay, so once I get this look and I don't feel like it's highlighted enough for my liking, I'll go in with the Wet n Wild makeup stick conceal. This is in the lightest shade. And I go ahead and I'm just going to add just a touch more. I really like to brighten it up. Pat that in. I love this little beauty blender for working in concealer. And then you kind of want to lighten this area right here. So underneath the eyes, in the middle of the forehead right here, we're highlighting those areas in the chin. Okay. Now, once that is done, I usually go in and do like some highlight when the product is still soft. So let me go ahead and do that really quickly. Okay, while I haven't set any of my powder yet, and it's still really dewy, I go ahead and I put a highlighting powder, and you can use any highlighting powder you have. You can use the Wet n Wild. If you have fancy ones like Champagne Pop from Becca or like Melt Cosmetics. I mean, so many people do them, so you have an array of different products that you can use. I'm going to go ahead and hit up this light area here. Now the reason why I'm doing my highlight right now is because my skin is still dewy, and that means it will pick up the product, and I want it to, sorry guys, I want it to pick up the product now, because once I powder, it's not going to pick it up as much. I'm going to go all over the joint. Yes. Oh my gosh. Now this is when I start feeling happy. See, the mood changes. You guys saw what I looked like before, okay? Okay, you saw what I looked like before. Yeah, I kind of do it all over. So that kind of locks and sets in my foundation at the same time. Okay, so there it is. One thing I will say you guys should probably really get is this sponge. I love these. They do use a lot of product, but if you're using drugstore like Neutrogena, I think this is about 15 bucks. I mean, that's not cheap, but it's definitely not like $64 Jordana or Armani, you know. But you could definitely use a beauty brush. Pixie Woo girls from Real Techniques have beautiful foundation brushes. You can also get them on Walgreens, and go pixiewoo.com or realtechniques.com, I think it is. Love them. All their brushes are amazing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do contour. I'm going to do bronzer. I'm going to do blush. I'm going to do lipstick. And then I'm going to come back to you guys and you'll see the final look. Thank you guys for watching this foundation video, and I hope that you liked it. I mean, foundation 101 for mature skin? Yes, because we added extra moisture. The key, glow it, glow, glow, extra moisture. All right, you guys. See you in a little bit. Okay, you guys. This is the final look of my everyday foundation. Let me get a little bit closer so you can check it before you wreck it. And this is kind of like my everyday. And again, you can use whatever foundation that you want, but I will say, now I'm going to back up, because now you're getting too close now, okay? Just for a second. It's like, hello. Yeah, so what I wanted to say was, is that, oh man, let me come in here. Okay, so yeah, what I wanted to say was use foundation because it's super, super important in your whole makeup look, to put the whole makeup look together. And if you love makeup, you're going to do brows and eyeshadow and mascara and all that. You know, you're going to want to start with a nice solid base. Now I added a lot of oils, a lot of moisture, and I even used the Neutrogena Healthy Skin, which is already a very dewy foundation as it is. So yeah, bring the dew back, especially over 40, especially over 50. And if you're going through menopause or after menopause, you guys put a comment below. I'm not actually in menopause yet, but I'm going through it. And girl, I'm starting, you know, the period's like coming every 3 months, and it's like, my gynecologist was like, yeah, when your daughter gets her period, you'll have lost yours then. So I'm like, okay, in about 2 years, no more period. You guys, I will be documenting that whole shebang, because somebody's got to, right? Because nobody really talks about it enough, you know, other than Dr. Christiane Northrup. And, you know, we love her, but she's just, you know, we need more women talking about it. All right, put a comment below if you want to hear or talk or just shoot the shit about that. And yeah, this is the final look. Hope you guys love it. And yeah, bye.